Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having an awesome day so far. So today we have a few things to do on the first gen, not a whole lot of power things like the fuel screw and everything before in the last videos. If you have not checked out those videos, make sure you go do that right now, or at the end of this video I'll put a link right up in the one of the corners and for the last video, and then I will put a link at the end as well. So what we have today is this door. The keepers that hold it in against keep wanting to fall out. So, and it looks like some of the holes may have gotten a little wallered out or something. So what I'm going to try to do, and this thing going down the road, this truck kind of vibrates. I think the tires need to be balanced. I need new tires anyhow. So I'm just, as you can see, no tread left, hardly at all. So I think that should take care of the vibration, but what we're getting from the vibration is this door is just sits here just jiggling like crazy and making noise. So what we're also gonna do is pull this off, and we have some lining from some fender flares that we had put on in a different vehicle that I'm gonna run around the back side of this and see if that kind of takes care of this wiggling around and wanting to make a lot of rattling. So we're gonna do that, and then later another thing I want to do is paint some of the stuff, kind of clean it up, make it look a little prettier under here, because you can see like the turbo here got some paint coming off. So we're just gonna repaint so like the valve covers and some of that kind of thing. So stick around to the end of the video. Otherwise, right now we are going to get onto this door. So guys, what we got here is I've pulled the door panel back a little bit, and here you can see two of the clips were down inside of the door just rattling around. So what we're gonna do is put maybe some glue or something, maybe some like automotive goop on them so they stay on the door, because the door, I mean, this truck is a 91. It is 26 years old. My math may be messed up on that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the door's seen some use. I mean, it looks really good, but otherwise, like up in, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a spot right there where the one clip goes on, and then down and here the other one goes on, and they're kind of worn. So what we're gonna do is maybe put some goop on there, and then put our liner around the door. So here we have our lining. It's just a weather lining that would go like on fender flares. It's actually what it came off of, but I'm just gonna put this, as you can see, it has kind of like a sticky side on it. You have to peel that red tape off and put it over the door. So it should work. I'm hoping it should work. We're gonna stick it on there and see what happens. So yeah, let's get right into doing this. And now we are all done with this here. So let me show you guys this here. So it turned out really nice, at least I think. I've not pushed the hold pins back into the door yet, so that's why it's sitting away from the door. So we got it in there. I think it looks really good, personally, but these corners are kind of a pain because it's kind of bunched up behind there just a little bit, but I believe I could probably cut maybe like a little groove in there, like in this piece on the back side there. No one would ever notice, and it would sit a little bit nicer. But yeah, with that sticky part, just run your hand along, make sure everything's good and stuck on, and I think that's gonna work really well. Looks really nice. Just have to get those 2 pins fixed, and then we will be done with this. Now I do have enough of this weather lining to do the passenger side door, and I probably will do that maybe a little later, but for now we're just working about this one, because this one's really rattling and it's kind of loose because of those 2 clips that fell out. So they had fallen down the bottom of the door here, and they were rattling around against the metal piece of the door, and so making a bunch of noise, and it was really irritating. So yeah, I'm gonna pop those back on. So guys, next thing up is to pull the turbo compressor cover off, pull the valve covers off, get them stripped down, ready for paint, and paint those. So I am going to pull those off right now. So we got our compressor cover off. It's just this clamp here, and this clamp goes down to the boost tube here, and there is an O-ring on the boost tube and around here. So you're gonna make sure you're not gonna want to lose those. And you're probably, if they look kind of ugly, if you are gonna pull it off for whatever reason, if you're like me and you want it to look pretty, and pull it off and paint it, then if they look bad, then you probably should change them. Mine look pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to clean this up and pull the valve covers off, clean them up, and then start painting stuff. And that is what valves look like. Now you did see I left the rubber gasket from the bottom of the covers on. I pulled them off. I didn't leave them on the covers, I left them on top of the head. But I will take these and clean out the groove in them. Let me show you real quick here. You're gonna want to clean out that groove where the valve cover sits in, just to make sure you don't get any leaks. Now these are newer seals, so I'm not going to worry about changing them. Again, like your turbo seals, you're going to want to clean them, and if they do look bad or if they are leaking, you're going to want to make sure you put new ones on them if they are bad. So we're going to get to cleaning these things up. I'll probably just use like a wire wheel on a die grinder or something, clean all the old stuff off, and then make them nice and pretty with paint. And oh, also, these valve cover bolts have an O-ring right there. Now I'm going to change these O-rings. I don't know if they're new or if they're not, but I'm going to change them anyway. We have some O-rings laying around, and yeah. Now, when you are operating air tools, especially die grinder or any other kind of air tool, make sure you wear your eye protection. I can't tell you how much these goggles, eye protection, whatever you want to call them, have saved my eyes before. And I've never personally had anything get in an eye to where I needed a doctor to look at it, but I don't really want to find out what that's like, so I just wear my eye protection. So here we have my die grinder with a wire wheel on it. No, it has a little bit of an air leak, don't mind that noise. And we're just gonna strip as much of this old crusty paint off as we can. So I'm gonna do that right now. So now we got it all taped up, we got it all cleaned up, we got everything taped up that we don't want any paint on. We don't want any paint on this here because that's where a band goes, and anything that's there could have, any paint that dries there could have potentially obstruct the clamp from going on properly. We're not going to paint on the back side here. We're gonna have to cover this up once we get to the back side. But now I'm gonna paint the cover top of it. I am not gonna film that part of it just because I don't want to get any paint on my camera. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. So we're gonna paint this, let it dry, and then work on the valve covers. Now let's see how this paint turned out. I think it looks really good, but let me see what you guys think. Would you just look at that? Well guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below, but for now, that's gonna do it for this video. I really like how these valve covers turned out and the turbo. I think it looks awesome. But let me know what you guys think down below. And I'm going on a trip, so next video will probably be a bit late, like Saturday, or maybe even next week we might skip it. I'm going to try my best not to, but I'll let you guys know. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll know. I'll let you know on there as soon as I know. But for now, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.